All right, so with our green bar complete, Marjorie and Casimir have notified us that hey, we are good to enter the tower. Let's enter the tower and drink because we're gonna need it. Okay, so the first thing we should check, which is not looking good, is are there little parachutes to indicate? Nah. I don't know that there's anyone else in here. It looks like this is. Is this a brand new like instance of this? What's up, Storm Walters? I don't know what giving her spores has to do with anything, so I'm not going to do that quite yet. Let's get our armor reinforced. What do you got, buddy? Just stuff? That's fine. Maybe we should kind of clean this up a little bit before we get started. Oh, you know what we never did? You want to do it right now? Why don't we open Scarlet's Gift? What better time than entering the tower? Stupid. Oh, it kills you. Who saw that coming? How could you? So in fairness, the very first time I got Scarlet's Gift, like it was pretty obvious it would be something stupid like that. But I 100% still opened it because it was like, what in the world? And of course, I got exactly what I bargained for, right? All right, what is Priory Travel Golem? All right, enter the tower. We're in the tower. Is there someone like poking around? Is there? It looks like there's like one person in here. Two people? Nope. The other one was an NPC. Oh, wait a minute. All right, we do have two other people in here. That is not enough to effectively complete the tower. Not even a little bit. Don't get me wrong. Like I am sure that there are like groups of 3 out there who could easily do it. Easily do it. I'm sure. Me and these 2 people are not that group of 3. Oh, I 100% should have. Wonder if we can just grab us. Can we just leave here? And main entrance. Where was that? Because I want to gather spore samples as we go, right? And the thing is, I knew I didn't have one, and I still didn't get one when I had the opportunity. And now I have embarrassed myself in front of my peers who are waiting on me. Except they're not waiting, so they're in for every bit the bad time that I'm in for. Oh no, they are actually waiting. This guy's got an unpaid intern, which is like a good thing to have, I guess. Where's the other person? Oh, someone's dishing out damage here. They must already be in. Alright. Oh, wait. Is this a 4th person that's over here? Alright. Cool. Alright. I'll follow you guys. Or are you guys following me? I don't... ultimately, I don't care who follows who. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that because I want to get out of that laser beam. So this is Scarlet shooting laser beams at us, by the way, in case you were curious. Who is down already? Outrageous. Outrageous. You know what probably got him? It was probably the laser. Because that laser will mess you up. So if I'm not mistaken, because of course this will be a bad experience, if we can never ever get where we want to be in this thing. But I believe once we have filled the bar, then our obligation in the tower is met, and we can continue the story, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out, because we may well finish that bar before we actually get to the top of the tower. That is a very real possibility. Now, we'll have a decision to make at that point, right? Because then the question will be, are these folks that we are playing with alongside in this instance thing, we didn't join them in an LFG, we don't necessarily have any obligations to them, but are we kind of screwing them over if, if when we fill that bar, which is filling exceptionally slowly, I think because it's event-based and not enemy-based, will we be letting them down in some way? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. Oh, killing myself with Reflex. I am one of the worst, ever in the history of Guild Wars 2 when it comes to, nuking myself. Although, I don't know, the damage I'm doing right now can hardly be considered nuking. But, doing damage to myself because of Reflex, I'm terrible about that. And that's true in every game mode. It's true in, World vs. World as well. Where I'll decide to be a smart guy and play, a Longbow Ranger and then, just completely unload into someone who's reflecting and basically immediately down myself. Alright, limping through. Limping through. You guys good? Boom. Alright, let's do it. Oh, did I get interrupted? Man, boo. How am I doing on damage here? There we go. That went alright. I've had worse experiences.
All shiny.
Is that the right way? Are you going the right way? Are you guys going the right way? I don't know the right way. That is the honest God truth. Nah, this is the right way. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll go through here, and then fight those guys to finish our way on this floor. So there are several floors. So do not get the impression that we are close to being done. You know what I mean? Nothing could be further from the truth. We are far less than 1/3 the way through. Oh, good. Lasers. Where did the other two go? Where did the little, oh, there he is. Alright. Oh, that person's back. Do they know, a faster route? They must have known a faster route. Cool. Cool. Good on them.
You'll be doing that one for days. Replenishing. We heal as one. We heal as one. Still standing. Barely.
Ooh, how am I closer to dead than I thought? That ain't good.
We heal as one.
So we do have, it's worth noting, this special action skill down here.
Feel the fury.
Which can help us clear the effects of some of the toxic stuff that's going on around us here. in the event that that starts to be a problem in terms of us maintaining health.
They'll have to
That
get much
works.
harder.
That's an AoE thing. So, like, if I'm standing next to these guys and one of them just used it, I should not use it. Right? Who are all these folks? What the hell?
Well executed.
I wonder if they're new people who joined and we're trying to catch it. Let's see, who do we got? We still got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it must be some new folks who entered and are trying to catch up with us. So that kind of sucks too. That's another thing that like doesn't feel good in this one. Is if like so the 4 of us kind of got going from the start, and ideally we're gonna stick together. Those people trying to catch up who are still laying there dead. That's weird. They are now trying to like catch up with us, and if some of the enemies have respawned, then that's problematic for their ability to like catch up, right?
Lethal combination. I like it. Feel the fury. Dispensing some.
I don't know why they're still laying there dead though. But soon, destroy 2 more portals and finish this floor, and then they should be able to join us as we enter the next floor. So all is not lost for those poor souls. Hopefully they recognize that, or they know that that is the case.
Who wants in on this?
Oh, I assume that was a Marjorie line. Apparently that is a Toxic Alliance line. Interesting. I mean, I still, yeah, I mean, whatever. But I guess that's kind of interesting.
Let's play.
All right, here. How's this? There you go.
Kicking tail and taking
Nice.
lead.
Okay, so floor 1 complete. Now, if something were to happen to where we wait, what am I doing wrong here? Or do I have to parachute into floor 2? That is less intuitive than it should be. I think we need to go talk to... Oh, open pod to... Alright. See how some of this stuff is like respawned? So folks trying to catch up with us have to contend with that unless they can get to the next floor. Now, as soon as we stop making a mess out of this and actually get to the 2nd floor... I completely forgotten how to do that, but yeah. Now we can see. Yay. Who's this person? Alright, cool. I will be careful as I advance further and further into the next shenanigans.
As if this place knows my
Like that.
darkest fears.
You have fears.
You tell
Okay,
me one,
so see how we're under the effects of, like, the toxic pollen? We can get in the air purifiers here, and that will remove the effect while we're in there, that area. So that's where we want to be standing when we, like, seek to regenerate health. But also, we can use this purification thing, right? This special action skill. Oh, I use that to almost no effect at all. Man, that sucks. It hurts to be bad at the game. Like, it does not feel good.
Well, you know.
that'll do.
Venom. Too strong. Ha! They'll have to hit much harder.
what was pulling us forward there? I don't remember a pull mechanic being in play here, but there are other mechanics also in play here, which I don't believe we saw during season 1. So they may have kind of updated this for. There, we use that. Oh, so what down? What downed me while I was trying to be a buddy and help everyone else out? What's going on here? I must have missed something. Like, there was very clearly something I didn't see that got the better of me there. It got the better of the person next to me too, whatever it was.
They'll have to hit much harder. I could outrun a centaur. Lethal combination. I like it. Let's go. They'll have to hit much harder.
There, that should do it. And now we need to free things from cages.
My little friend from the Pact. Just couldn't stay away, could you?
I feel good.
You're curious. I can smell it. I was curious.
Alright, second level. So to my surprise, there's a little paratrooper thing. So little paratrooper can now get everyone in this instance to join us here at the entrance of the second level. Now this is advancing further than I was expecting, which does suggest that we could potentially
The area ahead is
not
infested with spiders.
have to finish this with this group. But we have this core little group here of, 4 or 5 of us who are kind of moving through together. So probably I will, as long as this group is continuing to move through this content together, I will likely, endeavor to finish this with them, which is going to add, to the time that this takes. But I do try to, to be a buddy, and not screw over other players. And, of course, there's rewards associated with it and so forth. So why not? Why not?
Smash 'em. I feel good. They'll have to hit much harder. Feel the
All right, which way? This way? So a couple of these folks seem to be like pretty good in terms of like knowing where they're going, which is great because I don't. Like, I will be the first to admit that I have no idea. This is not something that, like, I do not make a habit of doing the tower for fun or rewards, like neither one. I think there's probably like some kind of compelling argument to do so, but that argument at this point in time, like, I have no interest in.
replenishing.
So the other 3 folks went a different direction than we did, me and this person. That is maybe problematic. We'll see.
Replenishing. Feel the fury.
There we go. We got one of them back. He brought friends, though. That is for sure.
Time to do some real damage. We heal as one. Sweet, sweet loot. Feel the fury. I feel good.
So it's really easy to see here, and I have experienced this in the past when trying to do this with like other people and stuff. It's real easy to see how like trying to keep the area clear of enemies so that you can, navigate and deal with all this can be a real frustration because they just keep spawning. I don't believe, my personal opinion here, that this is content that spawns or that scales very well. I really don't consider it that. Maybe that's by design. Like maybe the goal is, wait, where is? I see one person. I lost track of everyone else, and now I'm down to. No, everyone died. I don't know. There's really anything I can do to deal with this. Even with this Reaper helping me out, like I don't. Yeah, everyone's just going down.
You'll be feeling that one for days.
All right. So now the question is, do I want to do the paratrooper thing and run all this, and hopefully not die, or do I just want to? And the answer, looks like everyone made the right decision. That is the right decision, by the way. You lay there waiting for someone to help you, and because those things repeatedly respawn, half your party's laying there. And then it just, the situation increasingly gets worse.
The area ahead is infested with spiders. Stay away from their nests and watch out for webbing.
Take this one.
Keep moving. Keep moving. We're like Dory over here. Keep on swimming. Or however that goes. I don't know. Do I look like a fish? Not a fish. Alright, so now the $1 million question is going to be, are we going to get up here and everyone else is behind us? It doesn't appear to be the case. Looks like there's someone up there. Alright, good. People. We were able to catch up with other peoples. We have bounced back from... So there is certainly a scenario, as much as I would like to try and finish it off with this group, there is absolutely a scenario where it's just dumb and ugly and we're not going to do that. But we didn't encounter that, so...
Feel the fury.
Oh, buddy.
Serious.
Oh, I didn't want to use that. Should have been paying better attention.
Healing turret up and running. They'll have to hit much harder.
Don't worry. You will have to die sometime.
All right, so we got another champion that we got to run to. So that voice and the little like mission completion thing and everything was associated with us filling the bar. So in theory, it is now enter the tower core and reflects.
I feel good.
And in theory, maybe we can do that. I don't know with like maybe there's a way to bypass all this, but We're not going to experiment with that right now because we are cruising with this little group. And let's get out of that AoE though. So I don't necessarily feel the need to change that right at this second. Again, it may add time, but it'll be good to see the whole tower. This was the original experience, right? Was the whole tower?
Time to do some real damage.
Certainly was, as far as I remember, at least. Alright, is this the one that really sucks? I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe it is. One of these here in a little bit, like, really sucks. I don't remember. I think it's the third floor. Ah, that thing, like, sucked me in. I don't like that.
Feel the fury. You'll have to hit much harder. I could outrun a centaur. Next.
You know, the noises this ranger's making, one of the reasons I didn't go with Mechanist for the story playthrough is because I thought that the rifle noises would be bad, but the hee-ha-ha that we're getting from this ranger are, like, over the top. So maybe I should have just done the Mechanist. Or what I should have done is Spellbreaker, though, honestly. Well. What are you going to do? Alright, we're doing pretty good. We're making short work of the Worm Queen here. Except when I make things worse. Oh, man, it ate us. I don't think that's going to help either. I assume that doing the antitoxin spray is not actually... Oh, it's eating us. Oh, man, got out of there in the nick of time, didn't we? Could use some more health, though. Oh, well, that's not going to help with that whole health thing. There we go.
You'll be feeling that one for days.
Nope. We actually have a decent group going. This is a pleasant surprise. So obviously I was aware of the possibility that we might be able to put a group together that actually was like going to complete this without like a massive amount of pain. But I am still pleasantly surprised that it actually manifested. Truthfully, I thought the odds were like way against us in that regard. Okay, did everyone go this way? People are going this way like this is the thing. Well, spiderwebs aren't good. Oh, it is the thing. Look at that. Hello, Priory Explorer. And hello, what? Third floor, right? Man.
Not an alliance? No. Not in brilliance. I know. You wish you'd thought of it first.
No, it's actually ridiculous, Scarlet. It is actually ridiculous. Oh, you know what? We're not quite on the third floor yet. We got the completion of the second floor, don't we? Little boss room kind of thing. Are we waiting for people, or are we going? I think we're going. I don't know why we wouldn't go, to be honest.
Tell me, do you have any regrets? How's the family?
Time to do some real damage. Feel the fury.
Don't worry. Aya doesn't love her Slayer anymore. Not since, well, you know.
Is it air again? Is this the second time we get this? Is the boss? So I'm assuming, big assumption here, I'm assuming that's because it's randomized. And so we just happen to get the same, you know, end boss type thing twice in a row. That's the assumption that I'm going to work off. The other explanation would be that, but I, you know, like, it has to be that. Because last time I did this was like 3 weeks ago.
Time to do some
And I didn't even see air. That wasn't even, I don't recall fighting air at all. So I think probably this is randomized, and we just happened to get air twice in a row this time, which is,
I could outrun a
you know, a huge departure from last time when it was other things.
Time to do some real damage. They'll have to hit much harder. Days.
Oh man, she jacked me. Brutal, brutal.
I feel good.
You know how you know I'm a bad soul beast? Because I never, regardless of circumstances, merge with my pet. Which is like the soul beast whole thing, right? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's open the dumb chest. Maybe we'll get something cool.
I see it.
You never know. You never know. We have had some good luck on this account, right? We got not one, but two ascended drops. While we were doing 0-0. And we've gotten a couple of relatively valuable drops while doing our story playthrough, or one at least. Is this the way? Yeah, this does appear to be the way. So really, like, and you know, it was a brand new account when we started 0-0. Like, I still don't think our magic find is even at 100%. Did they kind of, are they trying to run ahead? They are. Which is the right thing. Like, I'm being an idiot over here and like trying to fight every little thing. Fighting every little thing is not what we want to do. Once we have the group together, right? Do we have the group together? Which one of us is gonna get it? I think he beat me by about half a second. Tragic. Tragic and heartbreaking.
Time to do some real damage.
So stupid to be harvesting that like that. Like, there are things I should be doing, and harvesting stupid spores is not one of them. Whatever, man. Alright, that's one of 3 portals. Why do I feel like this floor is identical to the last one? Like we are again trying to get 3 portals killed? Why are people going back? Don't go back. Ooh, I'm hurting. We need to find an air purifier. Oh, hello, buddy. Maybe there's one somewhere around here? Doesn't look that way. What do we got left? We got 2. Oh, did I kill myself with reflex? Look, they all got reflect. I am like 90% certain that that's exactly what I did. I just blew myself up with reflex. And yet I continue to use axe anyway. Bad. Bad soul beast. Oh, air purifier. Good. Let's hang out in here. Let's do some of our fighting from inside of the air purifier happiness for a minute. Although we're going to have to leave this at some point. In fact, it looks like folks already want to leave it. Alright. We need to go up the stairs next.
Feel the fury.
Up the stairs, you yahoos. Is it up here? May not be. Is it?
They'll have to hit much harder.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was guessing. I was speculating, and I don't know that I speculated correctly. This is not right, guys. We still got one of the... Unless it's over this way. Or... Oh. Someone else got it. Alright.
We heal as one.
Alright, are we all here? Oh, little buddy. What'd you do?
All mine.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
My friends will see to you.
Time to do some real damage. Feel the fury. Replenishing.
Hey, that's no way to talk to someone. No way to talk to someone, especially someone like me, who is really, like, truly likable,
Time to
as
do
I
some
am.
real damage. You'll be feeling that one for days.
Not very good at playing Ranger, but truly likable. Man, I just accidentally hit the mouse 3 button on my mouse, and I don't know what it does, and I'm really worried about what I've just done to myself. I don't think it does anything. I don't think I have it bound to anything at all. Let's hope that's the case. Ooh, air purifier. Let's get in here. See if we can get out of combat. I don't even have to use my heal. We'll just stand here.
Feel the fury.
Or we'll benefit from that healing turret, I suppose. Oh yeah, can't stand there too long. Look at that. Scar's laser's gonna get us while we're shaman. You know who Scarlet sounds like? Sounds like Mike's wife.
I could outrun a
Only other person in this world who calls me worthless vermin.
We heal as one.
Only one.
Let's play. Eat less.
Oh goody. Look at that. Air purifier. I want to stand in that.
We heal as one.
feel the fury.
Oh, look what we found. So as I mentioned in the last video, I don't dislike like the whole design theme behind like the twisted stuff. It's, you know, some of the story stuff might be a bit much, but like the actual design theme behind it, I'm like good with. They're actually really cool adversaries. But now the whole like the kind of the like hacking aspect of it, I don't like. Did I lose track of the other people? I see dead people, by the way. Where are they? Way behind us? Oh, man. Where is everyone else? Where the hell is everyone else? Here. Holy smokes. Oh, this is the room that really sucks. Okay. So now we have found the room that super sucks. And it does, believe me, it does. So we'll have to see whether or not... because honestly, you know, this group of us may not actually be enough. And I don't think that's any, like an exaggeration. I think it's a genuine concern. Is this the wrong way? I was going the wrong way. I suck.
They'll have to hit much harder.
Oh, good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, and a laser. Man. I'm real close to being in a bad spot. There is an air purifier in the corner of this room. I do remember that. Much needed, I might add. So last time I was in here, this is where we ran into a ton of trouble. And the ton of trouble was because there were like 4 of us and we just couldn't... Man, we just weren't enough. We just weren't enough. This group does seem to be not only is there 1 or 2 more of us, I think. Oof. But also, like, I think this group is a little bit better. I mean, I'm equally bad. Like, I'm as bad as I've ever been. But I think, you know, some of the other folks that I'm playing with right now may be stronger than the folks I was playing with at that time. So maybe that'll work in our favor. I did that a little bit too early.
Replenishing.
Woo.
Time to do some real damage.
Man, that laser is just turned out to be a real problem.
Replenishing. I feel good.
So ArenaNet loves like the things where you have to kill 2 things at the same time. As far as I know, that is not a requirement here, but I can't help but notice that some folks have shifted to the worm. I don't know if that's because we have to kill them at the same time or because they're just getting out in front of it since Alchemist is so close to being dead. We're going to find out in just a second. Yes, Alchemist revives in a certain amount of time. So, now that we know that, I don't know if there's anything we can really do to try to get Worm down in that amount of time. It's obviously not going to happen. Next best thing we can do is try to pull Alchemist onto Worm. So, let's do that. Alchemist, get over here. Oh, and Alchemist fully regen too, didn't she? Unfortunate. Unfortunate. And of course, she went the opposite direction.
They'll have to hit much harder. Replenishing. Feel the fury. I feel good.
Whoa, there's a lot going on there. So I do very poorly with like cognitive overload. When there are too many things happening around me, that's bad for me.
Feel the fury. We heal as one. Time to do some real damage.
Oh, buddy. Man. How did Alchemist get back up to 94%? What's up with that?
Serious. Endurance running low.
Oh. Oh, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Over here.
All right. So they're trying to get Worm. There's chat happening here. They're trying to get Worm down to 20% and then shift to Alchemist. Is what we are currently experiencing. Which we should have. Yeah, alright.
Replenishing. They'll have to hit much harder.
Oh, these lasers. I'll tell you what.
Feel the fury. I need replenishing. That was impressive.
Alright, so now we got both of them down to around 20% or less.
Feel the fury.
Oh, get up, you. Whew, that was close. And I walked right into that. Thank you much, people.
The heel has won.
All right. Second time is a charm, I guess. Let's get out of here. Did we leave anyone behind? There's no one like dead on the floor over there. Oh, lasers. Doesn't look like it. Don't see it on the map, at least.
Feel the fury. I feel good.
Oh, we did lose someone back there. I'm not sure. There's a whole lot I can. Oh, there's not. All right. They'll have to do the parachute thing. Oh, are we all gonna go back? Okay, if we all go back, that's great. This is what happens when we all go back. No.
Time to do
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
Yeah. Can we please just get to like the next? Can we get to the next phase and people can parachute, please? Alright. We're gonna do this? That very last little bit there, I think, kinda is a problem for us. I don't know how much that actually split the group. What's up, Rox? What have we got in here? Oh, toxic things. Toxic Alliance folks.
Don't worry, Zoja won't tell you, but she is so disappointed in you. After all, what great advances have you made lately?
Alright, so presumably this will be Zoja this time? I think I did get Zoja last time. Last time
Time
I
to
did
do
this.
some real dance, doesn't it?
Ooh, nice. Yeah, we'll see if Mr. Sparkles proves to be a huge problem. Then we'll turn our attention towards him. But oh, what's going on over here? Ooh, spinny laser thing. Yeah, so that definitely wasn't a season 1 thing. That didn't exist during season 1. The spinny laser thing was not introduced until I think Path of Fire, to be honest.
I feel good.
Ah, man, Zoja's bouncy. Which, as I recall, isn't she a bit bouncy in TA story mode as well? I think she is. That's kind of a similar thing in that dungeon also.
Feel the fury.
You must like pain.
There we go. That should just about do it.
Get out.
Scarlet Briar sounds a lot worse for wear there than she has up until this point. And I do believe... Hey, lasers. So that's because we have completed the 3 floors that we need to complete. Access to the top of the tower has been opened. Map closes in 4.5 minutes, right? So that was success. We actually did it. I was a little concerned that that might not be the case. Happy. One of my first times doing this, when Season 1 originally came out, I was on my way to get the chest, running up here, and stupidly fell. So, yeah. I don't actually recall what happens. I remember falling. I don't remember what happened next. Kind of irrelevant, but... Alright. Apparently you can dive. We're not going to do that, though. Do we need clear space? Ah, we're done alright on space. Yeah, we'll be fine. Alright. So, with tower completed, let's see what's at the top.
So glad that's over. They were hallucinations. You sure?
I'm sure. Somebody, I'll call her Scarlet, was messing with our minds.
Okay, then let's figure out what she's up to here and put an end to it.
Are you afraid? You should be.
So, how many of our adversaries in Guild Wars 2 is that their thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4.
Run for your life.
Is this some kind of insight
Our serpentine
into
friends are working themselves into
ArenaNet?
quite a
I don't know.
frenzy.
As long as they believe we're incarnating one of their true prophets, they'll die to protect it. It's a pity that Scarlet didn't stay to witness the realization of her vision.
I was skeptical, but I see now that our alliance has borne wondrous fruit.
My pretty, pretty abominations. Maybe I'll remake you too. In watchwork. After you're dead.
So, does that dialogue there out of that Nightmare Court dialogue do anything to kind of address the issue of like whether or not it makes any sense for them to engage in this? My feeling is no. My feeling is it doesn't. But if somebody wanted to defend ArenaNet's approach, they could point to that dialogue as like insight on the whole Toxic Alliance thing. I don't. I'm not really into that.
Okay, not enough. You can do this. Stick close to me.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. I'm not into it because it doesn't.
I'm in your mind.
Like, what would Scarlet have
playing with
told?
your thoughts.
Yeah. Every villain in Guild Wars 2 seems to do that. Scarlet, calm down.
Don't be discouraged, darling. You can't help being inferior.
That is a pretty good line, though. You know, there's no clarity on what would promote the idea to this, you know, to the Nightmare Court that that this actually like served their philosophical end state, because it doesn't. It absolutely does not. There's nothing about a lot, you know, allying with other races, even if it's the Nightmare Court believes that they're using the crate, which that would clearly indicate that they do. To what ends? Like, nothing about this makes sense, and nothing about it really makes sense for the crate either, outside of they are, in theory, like, you know, bringing about the arrival of, like, one of their prophets, right? Because, again, they're, like, super, like, kind of culty. All right, cool. Good on them, but I don't know that actually...
Oh, fudge, that
Fudge.
What's the
That
matter?
hurt. I don't know that I buy that, though.
Just a thorn.
Like that being enough to push the crate to do it. So I still have problems with all of it.
Don't look behind you.
But see, all this stuff, like all the chattering stuff, like I'm not saying this is like all terrible. Like I like all that. I like the Scarlet is saying crazy things to us, and that all this is like that is all good. Had it just been done in a way that made a bit more sense.
Burny skin blisters. Fat sizzling. Oh, is it time for breakfast yet?
This is getting serious.
What a mess indeed. But seriously, what a mess. Oh, is there a protector? Where's the protector? Oh, of course it's the vet. Of course it's the vet.
This is getting serious.
Good grief. Alright, can we finish this? There we go.
Sure we're still not hallucinating?
I'm real, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, phew.
Why don't you just give up?
She better be up.
Your friends are all dead. You can thank me later.
Alright, so I kind of outran the dialogue between Marjorie and Casimir, and then it was overpowered by Scarlet. After Scarlet said, "Why don't you just give up?" Marjorie said, "We must almost be there. The air is growing thicker." Alright, yeah, I don't know, like, what, did your lungs tell you that? Okay, the air is growing thicker. Now, perhaps that's associated with, like, some kind of, like, scent. This is actually, like, a toxic thing. Remember, we had to kind of get, like, an antitoxin to even be able to come in here, so maybe that's what she's referring to. To which Casimir says, "She better be up here, too, or I'm going to be disappointed." Well, I'm already disappointed, Casimir, so... yeah, I mean,
Look who's arrived.
I don't know.
Just in
I don't know
time
what to say.
bear witness to a moment of triumph.
No! Infidels must not be allowed in the presence of our prophet.
Now, no need to be rude. Don't you imagine your prophet is up to this pathetic challenge?
Alright. Kill the infidels. I'm the infidel. Kill someone other than the infidel. Man, how many times have I heard that in my life? Jeez. Jeez. Kind of over it at this point.
Feel the fury.
Now again, not helpful. We got like downed people here, which is not really what I want to deal with while I'm also still having people attack me. And like I said, I don't recall after Season 1 where ArenaNet ever tried that again. They may have, and I just may not remember. They'll do it in the context of story a couple times, where you finish off something, kill something that you've defeated in combat, but I think just a whole bunch of enemies that you have to finish, I don't recall that ever being a thing after Season 1.
Your big death scene. On the other hand, nothing wrong with a little anticipation. We've been having so much fun, haven't we? Ah, the memories. No one even noticed the strings on my Flame Legion and Dredge puppets. Yay me! and I made them dance so pretty. Although, I suppose I did go a bit cuckoo with my crew, and crew. Lions ought to be talking about that hoo-ha for, generations. But my favorite performance to date was Queen's Jubilee. Sigh, I do miss the charming Lord Farron and his fancy panties. I should tell you, by the way, I'm done here. This extravaganza couldn't have turned out better if you tried. But don't be sad. You'll see me again. Just not before I see you. The great Doratus are expecting a visit from their god. I wore best ribbons for the occasion.
Okay, so if this looks familiar, this is also available as a fractal. I actually quite like it, actually, as a fractal. I think it's good. I would stop short of saying like it's one of my, quote unquote, like favorites or something like that. But I do think it's a good fractal. So we saw a couple things worth note. One, so again we get like the Scarlet kind of being like a bit much in terms of her capabilities. That's what I have a bone to pick with here. It's not her level of crazy. I don't have a problem with her level of crazy. In fact, I'm not gonna get that break bar down, am I? That's disappointing. Oh, it is close though. Boo. And now it's back up. So it appears to be like modeled after a crate, but it appears to be composed of a plant. I don't know what that. I don't know what to make of that. I haven't speculated. In fact, up until this point, I've never even really given it much thought as to what it is or isn't. And I'm still not sure I care. But it is very important to the crate as a manifestation of like their deity system, right? Or a manifestation of their god within their deity system. I have no idea why I get an Icebrood. So that's why. Got an Icebrood Saga achievement for doing Season 1 stuff. Because, of course, makes perfect sense. Alright, what's going on here? Alright, so in theory, this antitoxin is now going to kill this thing. We were amazing? Alright, well, thank you. I'm not gonna. You did great, Casimir. I'm not gonna weigh in on that any further. Stay in touch, because I would like to know how all this works out. That would be good to know. All right, let's get out of here. So we ascended the Tower of Nightmares. That actually went quite a bit better than I was expecting. But weeks later, we meet Edgar Allan Poe. No, weeks later, we get a letter. A letter from Casimir. Marjorie and I have reached an impasse. For weeks, we've delivered injection after injection straight into the toxic heart of the Tower of Nightmares. But still it continues pulsing and corrupting the Keswick Sales region, which is bad. There are two things that I don't want the tower to do, and that's to pulse and corrupt. We're not really sure what we're missing, but with Scarlet, anything is possible. That is true. They're asking me to go join them. Casimir has set up a portal, which will take us straight to the top. Too bad that wasn't an option the first time. Alright, what's going on here, guys?
Yes, it's been weeks and it's still alive. We get close and something interferes. It has to be one of Scarlet's tricks.
Probably is.
So tired. What are we missing?
Not we, me. I'm missing some key element. I'm so exhausted I can't see it.
Calm down, Marjorie. Like, this
You have a
ranting
look
is not going to
around?
help.
See if you can spot the weak point in these magical defenses.
I will. Why don't you sit down? Or something. So, at some point during Season 1, like, both these outfits became available in the gem store. I was real quick to snatch up Casimir's. To this day, I don't think I've ever bought this one that Marjorie wears. Although I did buy her weapon skins. And I like those. I like those weapon skins. I like the axe quite a bit. With Casimir, I definitely, like I said, was quick to snatch up that whole outfit, but then also the staff, which is cool because it's collapsed like that when it's on her back. When she wields it, and of course it's this way for the player character too. When you wield it, then it expands and has like a has like some effects around it and stuff. It's actually a pretty good staff skin. They've introduced so many skins though over time, so many good skins over time, that now I don't know if it necessarily like holds up to if it really holds up to some of the other stuff that's out there now. Season 4, Chapter 1 delivered some really cool skins. And then some of the Black Lion skins have been good. And, Path of Fire and Heart of Thorns both delivered some pretty good skins and all kinds of... So, I mean, there's a million really good staff skins now. All right, so... we can't figure out what's going on here. So Marjorie's like, please look around for additional clues or try to find more information. Over here, there's a vine passage that's blocked. This is an area we have not been. When we came through and did this whole thing, we started here and came around like this. Then in each of these rooms, we encountered some sort of challenge, right? And then ultimately fought that fight over here. We've never been in this room. So we're going to get the remaining... It's blocked. We got the remaining antitoxin that Marjorie has not yet injected into the tower, and now we're going to use that to see if there's any clues in this room that we might be able to use. And this whole thing is a big old puzzle. I don't...
Scarlet's eyes. I knew we wouldn't be able to just
I forgot you were going to follow me in here. Alright, so I don't remember the solution to any of this. But we're going to try and figure it out. Last time, I didn't remember. I did get kind of lucky and ultimately figured it out. Let's see. Toxic Spore, Toughened on Heat. What is this? Can't mess with that yet. Lab table. Full beaker of lamp oil. I want to take the lamp oil. Is there a stick? I thought there was a stick around here. I need a stick. Do not use the deactivation phase until we've secured Queen's Pavilion. So the expectation here is that you remember the last thing that, like, Scarlet said before bouncing. Let's see here. Oh, and then these are the different phrases, right? But I'd like to wrap up one thing at a time here. I thought there was, like, 100% a freaking stick. Yeah, lamp oil, I got that. Huh, alright, well let's look at the other stuff. We'll come back to that. Alright, what about this? We haven't looked at this yet. Alright, we've looked at everything and I'm still not. We haven't looked at the forge yet. Alright. Crafting of mystical recipes and unique ingredients. Maybe I can use this to create a way through that shield. So start with the forge. Yeah, see, now other things are now available. Dry roots. Can I take some dry roots? Now I have dry roots. There should still be a stick. Sturdy stick. I want that sturdy stick. Now I have a stick and dried roots. Can I soak the dry roots in lamp oil? Maybe so. Can I now ignite the roots at the end of the stick, now that they've been soaked in lamp oil, and make a torch, which I then use that heat to promote the pod into opening, and I have a dried toxic spore. That's one of my ingredients. What's in the storage tank? Nope, still don't know. Coolant box. Examine controls for shutting down power. First panel has symbols that look like sun, flames, and steam. Flame? Icicle, snowflake, drop of water. Snowflake? Gold, silver, iron. I don't remember this one. Iron? Throw the switch. Nothing happens. Let's see here. I feel pretty good about flame. And pretty good about snowflake, because I think that's the reference to flame and frost. So let's try those both times before I try something else. Shut down power, flame, snowflake, gold. Okay. Flame and frost was steam. But then this one doesn't make any sense at all. Now. Alright, fine. Steam. What did I try last time? Water? We'll do snowflake. Iron. Eh. I need to be more systematic about this, or I'm going to really frustrate myself. Steam. Icicle. Alright. Alright. Steam. Snowflake. We already tried that with iron. Oh, did I just do it to flame? Messed up. I really thought it was steam. It's either steam. I know it's not sun. But we did everything with flame, didn't we? Like, we tried everything with flame. Apparently not. Flame, icicle, iron. Alright, so we got a piece of metal. Cool, cool. Inquest terminal. Try and interpret the analytical data. At first glance, the data appears to be a matrix of certain characters and numerals. There are prompts to collate the data into quantitative or qualitative results. Qualitative? Interpret submitted or extracted data. Extracted? Can't do that. Let's try quantitative by effectiveness. And it gave us Aether Blade data. Cool, cool. Alright, can we still not do the storage tank? No. Alright. Phrases to remotely trigger various functions. Okay, nobody breaks my toys but me. Return to the protocol list. These watch nights you're so proud of, mine now. So it's definitely not that, right? Because that was one of the first things she said. Nothing wrong with you. I can't fix forever. That was right before we got attacked. Alright, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be nobody breaks my toys but me.
That's what I call a success.
Okay, so now we got... What do we got here? Oh. Does it not actually appear in here? Does it not actually appear in our inventory? Huh, well, anyway. We got things, right? We got the iron out of there, we got Aetherblade data, we got the seed husk pod thing, and then we got some Washnart data. We'll put it all in there. And apparently that turns into a thing, which Marjorie then runs off with. Took me longer to figure out this time than it did last time. That box gave me trouble. Of course, that'll all take like less than a minute if you like have a guide in front of you, right? And there's no shame in that. That'll do the trick. All right, do it, Marjorie. I think a thing actually happens here. So.
Crazy. What if it knows what we're about to do?
And what exactly are we about to do?
We're going to pump every last ounce of my antitoxin into the stock of this thing until it can't take another drop. It's been long dead.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But let's do that. Let's go ahead and inject this antitoxin into this thing.
We gotta get out of here. The last dose hits the plant bomb, all bets are off.
We should get out of here. Alright, so Casimir's going to generate a portal, and we're going to get attacked. This guy, Knight of Rot. If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong here, I don't know that I've ever killed this guy. I believe you can, in fact, kill him. I don't believe I've ever done it, because you don't have to kill him. We can go ahead, and once that portal's ready to go, we can get out of here, and we should. I don't really have a desire to continue to deal with him, to be quite honest. You can see certainly he's taking damage, but this is not like this is not an easy fight, right?
You won't escape this.
And I just don't know that I want to whittle down that last 89%. He's got all kinds of ads and stuff as well. We don't have to. We can just simply leave. And that's what we're going to do. Maybe if I were on Reaper, I would have messed around with that, but nah. It's oddly quiet. And now loud again. Really weird. I don't know why the volume was so low on that little cutscene there of the tower collapsing. But that does now bring us back to the normal Kessex Hills, where the tower no longer is. We are now in the same Kessex Hills as everyone else. And again, we always were, but the skybox was different. Right now, it's fixed, or it's returned to the normal Kessex Hills skybox, the one with various timelines trapped within it. Unfortunate stuff. All right.
I wanted to congratulate you on solving the counselor's murder.
My, aren't you a big boy?
One of the biggest in my homestead, actually.
Awkward.
I'm Bran. Pleased to meet you.
Is that harassment?
Well, Brad, I don't currently have any mountain-sized acquaintances, so the pleasure's all mine. You can call me Marjorie.
Hi there. I'm Casimir, Marjorie's assistant. Are you the ones who went after Scarlet?
Yeah, I'm Bran, and that's Rox.
Hello. I bet you two turn heads when you break through a crowd.
Funny. I was thinking the same thing about you.
Well, then I'm doubly glad to meet you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool small talk. Not awkward at all. Got another 20 slot bag. I love these things. I haven't been putting them on this character. I don't know what character I'm going to put them on. I'll have to give that some thought. Will I put them on this character? Maybe. Maybe. Probably not, though. I feel like your bags are more likely to fill doing like fractals and dungeons than they are doing story. But we'll see. All right, Bram, what are your thoughts on this meeting of 4 of our 5 prominent side characters? Sick of running after like a puppy after a squirrel. We need a plan. You're right, we do. That is a fair observation, Bram. It's actually a really good observation. Yeah, that's fair too. What do we know? She's real smart. Yeah. Real crazy. Killed her last mentor. So this is actually this is gonna turn out to be like a really important thing in the Guild Wars 2 story in general, right? It doesn't seem like it now, and ultimately, like, I don't know that some folks in general appreciate like that it's a pretty prominent part of the story, or a significant part of the story. All right. Yeah, so ongoing issues. I think that's the important takeaway here, right? We'd follow you into battle, you know? Now, aren't you obligated to follow Ritlock into battle? Like, how does this work? Like, is she like a free agent? Like, a 10-day contract? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Engineer. And good with magic. And crazy. And smart. What's Marjorie going to add to this? So I don't know what these two different choices do. I would say yes. Going after the toxin it created? Yeah, I would think so. Can we go back and find out? Oh, so Marjorie's going to disagree with... Marjorie has no backbone. She's just going to disagree with us either... Or agree with us either way. Well, and then she asks us, what did we do? Weren't you... But that helicopter's super annoying. Weren't you right there with us, Marjorie? Like...
Good day.
Weirdo. What a weirdo. I'm pleased the tower didn't get you. I'm also pleased the tower didn't get us. So... It looks like they kept some of the dialogue in terms of the timing... Because I seem to recall that the first Halloween celebration took place during the earlier parts of Season 1, and then Winter's Day, and they actually make reference to that in the dialogue. That's interesting. Am I going to go to the Dead End Bar? I don't know. If that's what the story asked me to do, then I guess I will. Delusions of grandeur? So I don't think she has delusions of grandeur, Casimir, because thanks to the writers, she has succeeded in all those things. So they're not delusions of grandeur. She is simply grand, because she has actually succeeded in like creating and promoting this giant conspiracy that spans across a large part of the world, in the sense of, you know, the story's taken us like all over, You know, this stuff wasn't around at that time. None of this was. The world went as far as, like, you know, let's see, how do I do this? No. Oops. I forget how to do it. Oh, I forget how to draw. How do you draw? Wait a minute. There we go. So and she didn't go, she hasn't gone down into ore. And I don't think there's a part of this that isn't going to appear in the story. But, like, her impact is kind of goes over, like, all this right here, right? Or including that there. So that's pretty significant. No one can know that, can they? Well, I hope not. All right. Well, we got enough. We got enough out of those folks. So this does actually mark, fortunately, I think, the end of the 4th chapter of season 1. That being, what was it called? Tower Nightmares, right? Yeah, because that's what we went into, is Tower Nightmares. And actually, the tower constitutes a large part of this chapter. That and a green bar that we had to fill out and about in Kessex Hills. We don't like those green bars, but I guess there's no getting around them. They're speed bumps for players that move through content too fast. Keeping in mind that even with that speed bump, we moved through this content in about 2 hours, 17 minutes. Actually, it was less than that because I talked a bit at the beginning, too. So in about 2 hours, 10 minutes, we moved through all this content. So, you know, I don't know that the speed bump then is really worth it, but I'm not the boss, right? What did we accomplish? Well, we discovered that Scarlet had erected this giant tower, but it was hidden from everyone's view because of Mesmer magic. Presumably, since Scarlet's not a Mesmer, that was generated by the Nightmare Court folks, although the Crate also do have some kind of Mesmer type capabilities out of some of their enemies, certain Mesmer skills, but it's more likely, and actually Foul Lane herself, and this is interesting that this isn't referenced in any way, nothing that happens with the Nightmare Court here in terms of this Toxic Alliance makes any reference to Foul Lane. Foul Lane appears to be a powerful Mesmer as well. That seems to be the case based on TA story mode, but we get no indications that this was specifically Foul Lane's doing, or that she specifically knows about it, or whatever. But that's another thing that we discovered today, is we got this this Toxic Alliance between the Crate and the Nightmare Court. And Scarlet's behind all this. She's behind the Aether Blades, behind the Flame and Frost Dredge and Flame Legion thing. She's behind the Toxic Alliance of Nightmare Court and Crate. So, like, that's kind of where we're at now with Scarlet, is she's the James Bond villain who has convinced all the bad guys in the world to work together to kill James Bond, right? Like this ridiculous kind of over-the-top business. Hey, listen, let's be real clear on this. It's bad writing out of ArenaNet, and the James Bond comparison doesn't help them, because no one has ever said that the early James Bond movies are well-crafted stories. No one, I can't think of anyone who's ever said that. And in fact, at their peak of ridiculousness, which I consider like kind of like maybe the Pierce Brosnan period of time, like they were an absolute absurdity. It wasn't until not Roger, what's his name? The newest one. Whenever I forget his name now, Daniel something. When he showed up, then they started. You know, they recognized the need to ground him, because modern audiences just weren't really going to, like, the ridiculous shtick of the old James Bond wasn't going to be successful in the modern box office. So they went away from it. ArenaNet hasn't gone away from it. To this day, they have not gone away from it. But certainly in Season 1, it was, like, really, really over the top with this stuff, right? So as I've kind of said throughout our Season 1 playthrough, I remember all this stuff fondly because of what it was at the time. But it's not necessarily good. It's just Season 1. Like, that's just what it is. So we went through that whole experience. We went up the tower and we killed all the baddies along the way, and then finally got to the top and killed a kind of weird, like, Crates plant hybrid monster thing, and then finally we were able to get some antitoxin injected in the tower, which has destroyed the tower, but Scarlet remains a problem, and that's where we're going to pick up on the 5th and final chapter, which is Battle for Lion's Arch, which is kind of the most famous part of Season 1, and is, for good reason, and it really had it left a significant mark on the Guild Wars 2 community and on the game and so forth. So we will get to that next time. And then for YouTube video purposes, like, this is probably going to have to be broken down into 2 videos, probably a fairly short one, because I'm going to completely cut the nonsense of filling the green bar. Like, no, there's no reason for that. So there'll be a short one leading up to the tower, and then one video in the tower. So we will get all that pushed out, and I will catch up with you guys whenever we get the opportunity to tackle the last chapter. Thank you, and enjoy your weekend.